on. Like, when was the last time we started a show on time? Everybody, it's an hour of Blackout this week with myself. You know me, Rumandapples, the fucking psychotic resident apple who lives in your nightmares. Today, we are here with B Original Designs, GM Bumblebee, the man whose icon on his Skype logo looks like a fucking cockpiece. B, CEO, owner, blackoutmedia.net. Of course, we have Marcel running the background here with his Willy slave driver-like contraption. Please don't whip him. If you want to help him, donate, and we will not enslave him as much. Of course, we were supposed to have Anthony Smith. He is late. He is possibly, and I say this possibly, being rewired as we speak to the new initiative of GeorgeNet. Yes, folks, I am serious.
Okay, so
no,
so
you will be silent. GeorgeNet is real.
No, you gotta get this.
Oh, okay.
Anthony just tweeted a minute ago.
Oh, okay.
What kind of bullshit?
Oh, deeperest thoughts are scheduled.
Ah, fuck.
What?
He was scheduled?
He schedules deeperest thoughts tweets.
Ah, god damn it. Thank you, Mikahan, for letting me know that. Hello, cuz.
Anyways, we have Can today taking the place of Anthony as far as Freedom PR, and we're always happy to have Can here. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing really great, minus the fact Anthony Smith's photos on this hour, and it's me.
Yeah, I know, it's kind of funny. See, okay, can you do an impression of Anthony, perhaps, and take his place for a limited time only?
Freedom! And that's it.
Aw.
That's how
You know what? You know what you could do? You could do a little bit of old school, break it all the way back to one of our first interviews together, and break out your ocarina to fill time.
Oh, gosh.
Break out your ocarina.
Ocarinas in time, you say?
Yes, your ocarinas
Sounds
in
like
time.
a legend of a...
It sounds like a legend of a tale, of a Zeld, of a Za, of a duh.
Duh.
Yeah, there you go. A legend of a type, of a Zell.
With Can Smith. Oh, God, cause.
Yes, let's call him Can Smith. There we go. Sounds like a fucking rocker name. Just don't die.
We can fill in.
We can fill in.
We
yes.
can fill in.
That sounds like an opening to a terrible pornography film. Can, if you ever make a pornography film for your student film career, please make it and call it that. Incorporate B in a hentai pillow somewhere. Just make it a gag, you know. Make it a comedy. Give it brilliant cinematography and lifelike characters.
Oh, God.
I can just imagine him stabbing me with the little master
All right,
sword.
so we're going to start on with a wide shot of a group of people who will be our main actors.
Oh shit, he actually went with this. Okay. All right, let's okay, we got B.
We're going to have B. B's going to be in a beehive where all of a sudden anime will float into the human world. B gets out this beehive. We go to a medium close-up to an anime chick. B's Beedar goes off. It's also the little stinger on his tail.
Keep it
You
going,
can take
mate.
that
This
in
is
more
fucking
than one
brilliant.
way.
This is fucking brilliant.
So, the anime chick says, in her anime voice, "I'm lost." B says, "I can help you be found."
Oh.
This is about to be an hour of fap out. End scene. End scene. Yeah.
Can film. Oh god, can film.
Oh, I can see it. I could see the budget on this. I could see the budgetary concerns on this. This would be like, you know, a multi-million-dollar project for
You see, I
essentially
also
like
feel-
10 minutes of footage.
And exactly, and we can make this, B could be in a turnip field. We could make it anywhere. I feel anime in a turnip field would just be really random, but it would work.
It would work. It would work. Maybe gigantic turnips.
Oh, okay. So, Aqua wants an official answer. So, official answer. I don't know the official answer, but my assumption is that Anthony Smith is currently sleeping. So, if he wakes up by any miracle chance and decides, "Oh, I'm here," we're gonna bring him in late and let him redeem himself. But if he doesn't, well, yeah.
Yeah, as of right now, Anthony Smith is a no-show. That's very unfortunate. It sucks, dude, because, you know, that's kind of... And I'm not trying to be too hard on the guy because we just started the show. We got plenty of time. But, I mean, if he no-shows, that's kind of lame. That's fucking lame, dude. Don't... I wouldn't do that to anybody. I don't expect people to do that to us. That's bullshit. If he doesn't, I'm not
just gonna
saying he
give him
is.
the benefit of the doubt that he got either days confused because of the day difference or time confused because of time difference.
I'm not hating on
Well,
the
he may
guy.
be. He may
Or
be
his
out in
alarm
the
clock.
Philippines. I mean, he sometimes likes to go for a walk. He likes to take his sandals, just walk around. If you see his vlogs, he walks around in the Philippines. I don't know where
So
he
there
is
is
though.
an official answer to what I was saying about how are the pine cones in the Philippines. I knew it. I knew I was gonna sneak it in there at one point of the show.
Triple face bomb.
Anyways,
Oh my
all
God.
right. So I guess, Ken, what we can do is we could start with a couple questions for you, and B, if you wanted to take the start of the list, I think that's perfectly fine. I'll chime in later with some.
Okay, so pretty much
Down to
Con,
business,
you,
motherfucker.
yeah, you know almost all of these, and you probably don't even have a solid answer because George won't give it. But when can we expect freedom points?
Freedom points are currently in development, and I actually this isn't. This is kind of being announced live, I guess. But I actually have a plan for freedom points, getting a little bit of more integration with our forum. Not too much on that is being talked about, but it's something to get the ball moving. What I talked to George about, he said that freedom points, not enough people were testing them. That's the main problem they're having. They want to do more with it, but every time they ask people to test it, people are like, "No, we just want them working." So they can't test a system that when people where they ask people, "Will you help us test it?" They just go, "No, we want them working." So I haven't. So we've come up with a few ideas, and we're gonna see what George feels about them. Obviously, this is no moving on it soon. Yeah, I like soon.tm.
Soon DM.
But we can hope. We can hope.
Okay. Oh. And add on to that, since you mentioned that there is a new theme, and a lot of people brought this up to me, I had this issue as well. Trading seemed to be a complete failure with freedom points as far as being in beta. People tried to trade freedom points for things like art and music and all that kind of stuff, and it just didn't work out because they're not, valuable enough. So what can we see being done with trading? Is it going to get removed or revamped?
We're gonna try to revamp it. When it comes to trading and freedom points, the problem we're having, as it says, is we have to make essentially a digital currency to give these value. Now we're trying to find a lot of value with what we can do with the Freedom Point project. I honestly am a strong supporter of it. I don't know if you know, I've been very head first and getting answers for it. Now, from what I've been told, trading is something that they want to get done. The problem is they don't. There's nothing that values freedom points currently, and we're trying to come up with something that backs it. For example, in the US, the USD for a long time was backed up by gold. Freedom points don't have anything backing them up currently, so we're trying to find something that, okay, one freedom point is equal to maybe 1% revenue share for just an example. That's obviously just hypothetical, nothing for certain. But you know what I mean? We're trying to come up with something that's concrete that they're worth.
Okay, so in George's email to you, he mentioned that there was an internal issue with the developers that caused the delay at the start of Freedom Points. Has that problem been fixed?
I cannot answer because I do not know. I've asked about it many times since, but I've had no reply.
Okay, so that's still a question for Anthony, I assume. Unless anyone knows that, then feel free to let us know. Let's see, Hitbox. Oh yeah, this is a really good one, and I'm pretty sure it would pertain to this show if he was on. But in the past, Freedom mentioned they were willing to feature streams. What all does one need to do to get featured?
Featured streams in on the what do you want it featured on? For example, do you want it on the central channel? Where do you want us to feature the streams? Is my question.
As in stream hosting, because I know Freedom said they would do it. They've done it in the past, but they never released any requirements or how to go about applying to have it done.
I know that is something we're looking into, and because we have a partnership with Hitbox, it's more in the works. One of the steps with moving forward on that idea was getting a partnership with a streaming program. For obviously, we have it with Hitbox. We have contacted Hitbox about it. We're waiting for a reply. That's all I can say on that.
Okay. So
Because we can't advertise. We're gonna advertise your streams on a platform if the platform's like we don't want you to do that. So we just have to get the okay. We have to get
Well, I
more
mean,
answers from them before
hosting is an open feature, which like even we can host. We can host our partners' streams whenever we want to, and I actually do it. But as far as Freedom doing it, they said they would. We know they could because they've done it before. So I guess not actually front page on Hitbox, but what would they need to do to get hosted on the Freedom stream?
So basically, on the Freedom Hitbox channel, or what are you
Yeah.
asking?
What do we got to do to get hosted
Well,
on there?
first, well, like as I was going back, we need Hitbox to enable that for us, and we're trying to. It's just we ask about it and we get nothing.
Oh, it's a default feature. It's in settings.
Yes, but if we're gonna advertise, we're basically promoting partners on Hitbox. There needs to be a system, and we need the okay from. Yes, they allow everyone to do it, but if we're gonna be advertising it on our channel, we can't just go ahead without their all right. Yes, they offer it as a service, but you understand it is their brand, so we are just making 100% sure we cover everything, so we don't be like we're gonna offer something, and then oh wait, nope, George apologizes again.
Okay, so this is a.
I
bit
don't
of a
think him
recent
doing
topic.
push-up videos is an adequate punishment. I just want to go on record saying that.
I'm thinking
Oh.
we need to make him do 48 blurpees and see.
No,
what he does.
no. You know what we need to do? We need to run him through rootin' rounds. He needs to do like,
jeez.
yeah, like every time he fucks up, he needs to do two-minute easy boxing rootin' rounds. And I swear to God, they will never fuck up again. It's torture if you're not used to it.
I don't know what they call that exercise. I think it's called like suicide something, but have him do that.
What exercise is suicide? That's a terrible thing to exercise. Why would you
Like, if
suicide as exercise?
General rule of thumb: if suicide's in the name, avoid it.
Yeah, I don't
Exactly,
do
but-
suicides.
It's got to be bad.
I mean, in all honesty, I don't think anybody will hate me for saying we need to come up with better ways to punish George. We need a lot more creative methods to punish that man. We should, as the community, what?
I guess we could maybe slam his fingers in a door. We just find the right door frame and slam his fingers. That'll be his new punishment.
Oh, that'd be a
No, no,
nasty
no.
one.
This is what we need. We need a punishment for Anthony Smith for being asleep. That's what we need.
Chopsticks in the nose. Why do I always go there? I always go to that Asian bit. I have no idea why, man. But anyways,
I would actually agree with that.
okay, now payments. Let's talk about payments real quick, Can. Right? Now, this is one of the questions that
You
came
skipped
from.
one.
What? Which one did I skip?
You skipped the one after Hitbox.
Oh, I skipped. Okay, sorry. Twitter. Okay, the MGN and Freedom Twitter were hacked on the 2nd. What happened and what's the status on it? That's a very good question.
So
What the fuck happened? Give me the digs, my man.
giving you all the details. You know,
Yeah, give me the dirty
one thing
digs.
So I don't know if you've seen the forum post about it. I made an official statement because no one was really doing it. I'd asked a few people, me, McGann, Danny, we all asked about it, you know, and they were hesitant because it was all so new and they hoped it'd be resolved quicker, but it unfortunately wasn't. So currently we have been in contact with Twitter, and when I mean we, I mean McGann. He's been completely contacting, and we will hopefully get our Twitter accounts back soon, MGN and Freedom. We can't get into more detail on that because basically we're still in the talks, so I don't want to say too much, but we don't know how it happened. But one thing we are stressing and we learned is two-step verification. Now, the reason we didn't have two-step verification on the normal Twitter is because we have a social media team, and we can't keep, if someone logs in, we can't be bothering George every time someone new logs in. That would be just unrealistic. We'd have to ask George for the code, and it was just too messy. But we're trying to hopefully get it back. And once we get it back, if we get it, we're hoping to get it verified. That way we have a little more support and security with our account, because like I said, we couldn't do two-step verification because unfortunately with Twitter, they don't have it like Facebook where there's multiple people who can run an account. It's a little different.
Yeah, Twitter's a singular type deal usually. So when you do like one for a network, usually it's a couple approved users, and then they got the owner of the Twitter account.
Yes, but unfortunately, they don't really have that right now for Twitter. They're talking about doing it. They've always been, but we don't know. Because that'd be something you need to ask Twitter, and best of luck getting a response from
Well,
Twitter.
we're not going to get an answer from them. So we'll pretty much wait on news because there isn't much.
There isn't much, but I know McGann is working adamantly on it, and I believe he's in the chat, so...
I'm sure he is. I'm not doubting him. I'm just saying as we have right now, the information's a little light. That's gravy, though. All right, but let's move on to payment systems, because I'm interested about this, too, because Freedom's always fucking late on my payments. And I used to yell at B, and then and he finally said, he said, Rum, you realize I'm not in charge of paying you. He's like, I'm like, who the fuck is? I was on the rage, and he's like, Freedom is, and I went, shit, I'm sorry, you know, like, my bad, god damn it. Okay, anyways, for a long time, catch-up payments have been a thing networks are waiting for. Is there also channels having the issue, and if so, when can partners expect to receive theirs? Yeah, I recently received one of mine. It took like 3 months to get, but I got it.
All right, for catch-up payments, there's really no estimated time for arrival. Basically, what happens is if Freedom misses a thing, you know,
Payment?
if we miss a payment, most time people message support, then we work on getting you caught back up. All I can say is there's a massive catch-up happening soon. And the devs are working on that right now because that's something that not only I have been working on, we've had many people over Freedom staff. One thing I do not like is the payment setup that where basically we have to catch up. So we're working on it. And I know the devs are. They need to backtrack, I know, all the way to November, which was like the last time they did a catch-up payment cycle. So they're trying to get a better system to catch up payments. And I'm sorry if anyone's missed any payments, but we are working on it. That's pretty much all I know at the moment. So that's all I can pretty much disclose on that. If I knew more, I'd tell you. After that, the earnings should be fine, but we're waiting on the devs on that one.
All right, now this next question, it's like a double. It's like a twofer. It's like a sandwich question, Can you eat a sandwich question,
Okay.
Superman? All right, this refers to the
I can eat a
GFX.
sub.
I know, right? I'm eating Subway later. Haha, fresh, sort of. GFX channel questions. First of right, Subway, kind of fresh. Sick. As far as the GFX channel goes, why did the manager leave? And then secondly, why is Freedom not seeked out a new manager for the channel? There are several qualified, and the channel did fairly well. So there's a two-pronged question for you.
If you follow Will, who was the old channel manager for GFX, he explains in his video why he left a little bit. I don't know too much on that. I believe it was probably based on payment issue, but Will did make a video, and all of his thoughts are his own, and he has every right to express how he feels. So if you really want to get more information, you can check out the video. Also, for hiring, you would need to talk, like, the thing is, people have offered, you know, to run it. I know B, for example, you've offered to run it, but the thing is, Freedom has to go, because we're a business, we can't be like, oh, you can just do it, because at the end of the month, we do have to show why we hired someone, why were they qualified, so we can show it's fair. We can't just be like, oh, you're good, you're hired. You have to apply because we're a business. We can't just hire someone left and right, which is why, and a lot of people don't want to submit a resume. They don't want to do a CV, and I understand because it's not exactly.
Well, they're not that hard to make. It takes like an hour.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people don't want to put in the time. So yeah, there have been many people interested, but it's basically we can't just choose someone. We are a business, so we have to handle it professionally.
Absolutely. And I do understand that. Some people don't understand that, but I mean, I don't know. If you go out in the real world and you're applying for any corporate structured style job, you need to provide a resume. That's very important. It's one of the biggest things that companies look at, sadly.
Now, another thing I want to bring up is a lot of people are like, well, it's just YouTube. Here's the thing. YouTube is one of the largest online media portals in the world. You can't just say it's just YouTube. YouTube, for all it's worth, is a business, so you got to treat it like one. You can't.
Well, it is. It is a business.
Now, yes, there are some people who do it for fun. There are some people who love doing YouTube. But at the end of the day,
it is a legitimate digital medium. That is wishy-washy,
Exactly.
but it's still a legitimate digital medium that name brand advertisers run on, that major corporations get behind. So it's not a little thing anymore.
Exactly.
But still, I digress. I want to actually ask you, secondly, on high tech, all right?
Mm-hmm.
On high tech, the channel's been dark for 3 months. What has happened? Good question. What the fuck did happen?
I don't know too much about high tech. Mostly due to the fact I am a part of the channel manager team, but that's only for the Freedom Central channel. As it comes for other channels that are powered by Freedom, such as High Tech, GFX, I don't know too much. He might have lived in a pineapple under the sea for all I know. I really don't know what happened to High
Pineapple
Tech.
under the sea.
Yeah, if you caught that Team Bikini
Nice.
Bottom reference for the forum
Good
team.
lord.
Really?
Good
But-
lord.
I just read chat right now.
But the thing is, I don't know, sadly, and I wish I did. I can ask about it, but it hasn't been brought to my attention.
Okay, I understand that. That's still unfortunate because, you know, I mean, I know there are people who liked it, so it's unfortunate that channel's not up. Now, on Geek. Okay, the channel was terminated due to repeated violations on Google's policies. Exactly what went on and why was no action taken to prevent the first time a violation happened.
When it comes to Geek, that comes down to the people who are running the channel. I do know that they were messaged and talked to about it, but that is disclosed between them and George, and obviously, so I don't have any information on that.
So
I only
Freedom-
know the surface of it.
So wait a minute. So Freedom was at least Inc. was talk to Geek about it, right? They at least message him and say, hey, stop it, or whatever's going on, knock it off.
Yeah, I mean,
If they at
They did
least
their-
reached out, I mean, or just stop them, I don't know.
yeah, another thing was I know Geek was having a little issues with copyright reasons. So, for an example, a lot of companies, you know how you can show, for example, let's say Kermit the Frog. We're just going to use an example. If you show
Sure.
Kermit the Frog in a video, you can if you own Kermit, you know, you can own a plushie or whatever of him. But if you show him, we don't really own the rights to show off Kermit. So that was an issue we were having. Some of the thing with like copyrights, like some companies are like, "Oh, you're showing Kermit. We didn't say you can." So geek in that regard, showing like comics and things. Yeah, there's fair use, but that's very hard to argue, especially with how YouTube services.
Still, YouTube.
So,
I mean, Freedom has to abide by YouTube, by YouTube's
Oh
terms
no,
of service.
we are not above. We are not above YouTube, and that's how That's how we run the forums.
That's what I'm saying.
We don't allow anyone, even Freedom staff. We banned Freedom staff in the past for breaking forum rules. So we are not. We are very. When it comes to the rules, we try not to break them. Obviously, the people running Geek didn't try to. It was just that's how it happened, and they have been spoken to.
That's unfortunate. That sucks, man. I wish that we had more information on it. I guess you could ask the people at Geek, just like the people at High Tech. You could just ask them. That's the best way to get answers since they're not on here. But all right, let's talk about the Hub channel. Okay, Ken,
Okay.
I know you got some help on this, and I plugged the shit out of Forum Flash the other week. Holy hell! I don't know if you
Thank
heard
you.
that, but I plugged the fuck out of it. I was telling everybody like, go watch Forum Flash, best thing there. So obviously, the only good thing on the Hub channel is Forum Flash. All right, hold on. They want me to read the chat. Yes, the chat has questions. Okay, let's get to some chat questions, I suppose. Blah, 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 blah. What exactly is the GPN on Freedom, Ken?
I do not have that information readily available for.
Oh, and he fucking kayfabed me. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't have that. I don't, unfortunately. I wish I did.
That sucks.
This is probably something that Khan might know.
What?
Average earnings from ads on Hitbox. What are they?
So that's dependent
Audience,
on
wouldn't it
obviously if you're partnered with Freedom, but are you talking about just on advertisements or advertisements with subscribers? Because it changes. It's kind of like YouTube CPM. It's all based on if they watch the ad, if they have ad blocker. There's too much to talk about on that. It's like CPM. It changes so frequently. I can't give you a definite answer.
That's unfortunate.
Okay, so in an assumption, we'll just say it's like YouTube CPM.
Yeah, it pretty much is because there's no. They're basically the same system in a way. There's just no exact number. I mean, I could tell you that I made, let's say hypothetically, I made $5 this month. It's great, but next month I made 10, so it's too random to give you an exact answer.
Okay, so answer for true editor, it's like YouTube, pretty much unpredictable.
The only thing,
as Shikai said,
the
it
only
fluctuates depending on circumstances.
yes, the only thing that is certain is if you get, let's say you get 10 subscribers every month, that's going to be consistent. Now, unfortunately, I don't know how to get subscribers. Maybe you need to throw them carrots. I really don't know. If I did, I'd tell you that's
apples.
the number one
Never
question
throw
I
apples.
get. Never throw apples.
Don't throw my brethren. I already got fucked by a
Take this.
worm. It can't get any worse. Segue. Hub channel conversations. Things happen on the Hub channel, for example. School and kids that the community clearly downvoted, disliked, and wanted nothing to do with? Why did Freedom keep pursuing the idea, even though it was clearly not liked and might have lost them partners? I sounded
here's the
Irish when
thing.
I said that. Partners.
My partners. Anyway,
partners, my lady.
here's the, when it comes to why Freedom pursued it, essentially George wants to expand. He wants to expand past gamers. He chose kids and school as his way to do it. I don't personally agree with that way of expanding. That was George's decision. That's what he thought would be accepted.
Well, it
Kids
couldn't.
in school.
Well, it couldn't
I
be
can
called.
say
I'm
this.
sorry. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
I can say this, that he did look that a lot of people have education channels and a lot of people on YouTube have kids. So that was his logic going in with it. When it comes to that, yeah, that's a good idea in theory, but execution is different. So he thought it would be a good idea. Obviously, the people didn't like it. Now, I will say, you haven't seen anything about kids and you haven't seen anything about school. I don't know why. Maybe he jumped a broomstick. Who knows? All I know is that George hasn't been pursuing it recently. I think he has started to realize that people aren't interested. So the last time we heard about this was 2 months ago, and that's what I'll say. So I think he's realized. I just don't think it's been too public.
I think Rum just got a new best friend in chat.
Why? Who's yelling at me?
He's not yelling. He's thinking like you.
Who's thinking like me?
Now, to answer your question, Cause, why is George so happy all the time? So damn happy. It is not weed. It is that's just how he is. I've called George, and it's been like 4 a.m. for him, and he's just so happy. I don't know. Maybe he's like earnest with his trains, but he has something that keeps him happy all the time. And I don't know what it is, but I've talked to George, even when he's in a bad mood, which I don't even know if I can call it that because he's still cheery. It's bizarre.
It's less
He's
happy.
always happy. Is
he Blue's Clues happy? Is that what you're talking
He's
about?
achieved enlightenment.
He really has achieved.
This is lunacy.
He re-
Okay, now.
Shangri-La.
Okay, now this ding achievement achieved. Shangri-La, great. All right, now on the second part of the Hub Channel question was, what happened to the $10,000 sponsorship? It never hit 365, and what it evolved to into now is not what it should have been.
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question? I couldn't hear you.
What happened to the $100,000? What happened to the $100,000 sponsorship? It never did hit 365, and what it evolved into was not how it should have been.
Now, onto the $100,000 sponsorship. If you know, I was a part of it briefly due to the fact. Hold on one moment.
The difficulties.
Yeah, technical difficulties.
We can't actually answer this question, so we gotta wait.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can talk about it.
The
People got
$100,000
sponsored.
sponsorship, it's ridiculous. I was
It
like,
pretty much
no.
died.
What happened? I mean, we also
It
got to talk
kinda
about
died.
Impulse, which is going to be funny to say the least.
It pretty much died. Now, on the bright side, though, Blackout is doing sponsorships. Like, for example, we gave Marcel a little bit of help to go to a convention. And, of course, the option is available to any partner out there. If whatever we can do, if we can do it, we'll try and do it. Shikai, you haven't been transferred yet. You got 30 more days till you get transferred, and then once you get transferred,
B,
you're...
you need, man, shit, B. Where's that guap? Where's that
I'm back.
slice? Put that slice on the plate for Rum. What you doing, man? Making having
I
Marcel
gotta
go to
take care
goddamn
of the mark.
conventions looking like a goddamn Japanese kitty cat licking milk off some girl's titty. Hell's wrong with you? See? They gonna meow. All right, sorry, Can.
I don't know what I came back to.
You teleported into the ass end of a fucked up conversation. Do you remember the question? Want me to repeat it?
What happened to the $100,000
Yes.
sponsorship? It was supposed to go on for 365 days. It didn't. If you don't know, I was a part of the $100,000 sponsorship. I made it to where it's forum, people could get sponsored, and I was fighting for feature designers to get sponsors. I wanted basically everyone to get their biscuits, everyone to get their just dues. But sadly, what happened was pretty much this. You know, we invested the money, but we weren't seeing returns on it, basically. I know Anthony Smith went into more detail, and John said in the chat that it was answered. essentially what happened is we were, we were getting them sponsors. They basically told us we're not seeing return on investment. So the companies who were sponsoring just didn't start seeing, basically they didn't see the worth, which isn't good. And it makes it, I mean, I don't understand why companies are squishy in that regard, where they have to be basically
That's kind of shit, isn't it?
Yeah, basically it wasn't freedom as much as it was as much as it was who was sponsoring us. Now, not all of our sponsors gave out, but sadly not all of them stuck through.
All right. Now,
On the topic of sponsorships, quick congratulations to Akatsuki Osaka because he got a possible sponsorship. We don't know if he actually fully got it yet, but he could be getting sponsored by a PC gaming company.
I gave that a
getting
fucking
brand new
preemptive woo.
computer.
Ooh, that's
For
nice.
what it's worth, I actually got my Rode sponsorship stuff in the mail today. Rode mics is officially sponsoring
Rode
me.
Mike.
so-
Yeah. Did they like
I
your
still
honest
want
review?
Rode to sponsor me.
They won't sponsor you.
Yeah,
You
they
don't
might,
do anything
bitch.
with the microphone. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what the weird? Here's the weirdest thing. I jokingly tweeted Rode, you should sponsor me. They emailed back. I don't
Let
even
me-
know what I got.
Give me that
yet
motherfucking
because
Twitter
I
over
haven't
there. I'm
opened
gonna go send a little tweet. Hey,
I haven't
you
even
should
I haven't
sponsor me.
even opened
Get
what they've sent me, so I'm gonna have to. Also,
Oh, I
have to
hope
work
you're
on
gonna
that.
film it.
Maybe.
What do you think about Impulse? This refers back to the Hub channel real quick. Is the Impulse Hub channel dying out? It seems to be kind of more relatively disliked, it seems, as time goes on.
Impulse is interesting. Impulse is very professionally done, and I've heard many people, the complaints they have is that it's very high quality, but not too much substance. For the Central channel, I know that there are a lot of people who watch for different reasons. I know I myself have a huge following with Forum Flash, and I thank everyone who watches. It's hard to have reoccurring success in any medium. It's hard to have like one great show and then, I mean, even an hour of Blackout you can use. You've had shows that have done amazing, and you've also had shows
We
that
have had some cringe-worthy fucking garbage.
So, like
Especially with
Kaz said
JJ.
in chat, Impulse is boring now. Some people find Impulse boring, but there are also people who think it's the best it's ever been. So it's a matter of opinion on that. Like, you may not like Impulse, but if 10,000 people do, I mean, you're right to your opinion and they're right to theirs. I personally don't watch Impulse. I'm not going to be saying I do because that would be false.
I'm
I don't watch
sorry.
Impulse. Go ahead.
I'm sorry to get this one. Kaz just pointed out to a great episode. Yeah, that one show where Rum was so high he ended up derailing the entire episode. Yeah, see? How come all my moments on this show are me derailing shit? You know what? Never mind. I'm not even going to start.
Also, Marcel, to answer your question, what happened to members of the week? Basically, they were supposed to be mentioned. They were supposed to be mentioned as it went on to the ladder where live stream every Sunday. The sponsorship stopped, so unfortunately, members of the week had to stop too. I fought as hard as I could because, the forums are part of my part of the Hub channel. So if they're getting sponsored, I'm on top of it. When I get told they can't be, I was upset, and I didn't mention this on the forum. I don't know if you check Freedom News on the forum too often, but if any major
I
update
look
goes,
sometimes.
that's where all major updates regarding forums are going to be. If anything major happens, even in public relations, like I said, I posted about the Twitter incident on there. I make sure to cover anything major freedom related that I can. Now, sadly, I wish I could have gotten all of you who were members of the month sponsored. I tried. It wasn't my decision.
Remember, I tried to help you by sending an email to George.
I do, and I
Still
appreciate
no
it.
reply.
See, that's the problem with a lot of things that Freedom does, especially with things on the Hub channel in general. I've noticed that a lot of things that they try to do that is supposed to support and help the community, and it doesn't come through. A lot of it feels like a fuck you to them, and I guarantee that's how a lot of people interpret it. And I just don't know why it consistently happens. And then, other things like on the Hub channel that is helpful and update worthy and has cultivated an identity for itself within very short episodes is Forum Flash. And that thing gets undercut and undersold by a lot. And it bugs me.
Well, I mean,
And I'm not saying it just
You
because it's
get-
you. I actually fucking watch your show, and I like it.
Well, thank you. Now, a lot of what I call is a tin can effect, and what I mean is like if you don't know, cans
Don't call
were
me
made
a
with
tin
very
can. I'm an
No, no,
apple.
well-
You're a can.
no, not you.
Oh.
But basically, the tin can
Okay.
effect is this: cans in the beginning were made of really high quality metals, and as time went on, the metal got worse and worse until it got to tin. So they're tin cans. It went from really high quality to not as great. And I guess that's something you can look for many things, but you can try.
I don't know.
I mean, all I can say about Impulse is they're still trying, which is more than I can say for a lot of things.
I don't know. You know what? I asked a question that I can ask to you that I think some people in the chat and maybe you personally might be interested in. B might be a little mad about me asking this, but I don't really care because he might want to keep me around Blackout for a while. Would Freedom ever offer myself a job, and what could I possibly be? It's a total hypothetical, but I would love to see your answer.
Well, I do know that one thing that has been brought up every now and then, though no serious movement has been brought on it, has been basically they are thinking about a podcast again. Like I said, this is very, very back end. I want to see it back. But that's just me. That's my personal opinion. I've said it before. I've said it multiple times. And I wanted the podcast back. It was one thing I didn't agree with the hosts of the show, but I loved the idea. And that was one idea the partners really liked. They just didn't like the hosts.
Oh,
Now,
give me the reins, baby.
I know a lot of people think like Zesty Mike should do it. I'm not agreeing with that. I don't think he should. I think it should go down to someone who has experience. Now, you have experience, Rom, and if they ask me for an opinion, I'd give it to you. I would suggest you. That's just me personally. I don't know who they do.
You do teleport onto my show occasionally.
So it's not up to me. Now I want to answer a question Kaz put, or not really a question, but a statement.
Go for it.
And I'm sorry, cramp working out. Sucks. Anyway,
Are you
cramps
working
are the
out while
worst
you're
part of
talking?
sport. No. Yes.
Oh, there you go. See, don't get me wrong. I do the same thing. That's okay.
So anyway, the reason why I can understand that, and cause one of my things, and one of the reasons I got into Freedom as staff is to try my best to not let that happen. Obviously, I'm not considered the highest of Freedom staff. I am considered one of the lower end, but I am one of the most well-known, and I do, when people post in the comments and suggestions, me, the whole forum team, we show the higher staff, and we try our best, but we gotta understand. Yeah, I like that I like that hashtag Rum for Freedom podcast, but I
fucking
do
know.
try my best to prevent that from happening. And I do agree, George needs to own up to our failed mistakes.
But here's the biggest question: how come Freedom encompasses community, the community promotion aspect, but they seem to be more about money? You know, it's clearly that they care more about numbers than actual what's going on in the community and addressing things that, or pretty much encompassing things that, you know, Freedom partners seem to want. And I've noticed that's why a lot of partners go to other networks. Not other networks as in sense as the outside the parent network, but they stay in Freedom, but they go to other sub networks for, you know, specific needs.
I'm trying to understand what you're asking.
I'm trying to figure out. I know it's a very layered question. I apologize. To simplify it is, why does Freedom seem that they care more about the dollar revenue over their partner?
Well, a lot of people say Freedom doesn't care about the partner.
Well, I
I'm
disagree
going
with
to
that. They
challenge
do.
that. They do. The thing is, the one thing I always tell people is we're 100% transparent, and it's great and it's bad at the same time. The reason it's great is because when we get something secure, we get it locked in, you have it immediately. Examples, Hitbox. And if it's not immediately, there may be some drawbacks, but Hitbox, Epidemic Sounds, things like that. We do get things like that. Now, on the other side, there are things like Freedom Wallet, Freedom Points. Because we're 100% transparent, George likes to inform the community as he has the idea. I don't agree with that. I understand where he's coming from. Because we're 100% transparent, he wants you to know what we're working on. Now, I think we can wait a little bit, but that's his opinion. That's his choice.
That's probably why a lot of his videos come off like it's him talking to himself with a brainstorming session. Because a lot of his videos are like, they feel convoluted. or sometimes not really well thought out. Now, I might, maybe I'm nitpicking, but that's just my opinion.
Now, another thing I want to bring up is we do care about our partners. A lot of people seems like we only care about money.
Right.
I'm not going to tell you that a business doesn't care about money because that would be a lie. Every business, end of the day, cares about money. So, this is the way I always look at it. I know we're a business, but I'm not a business. I'm a person who works for the company. I care about the partners. I know a lot of staff does care about it. So, I mean, in some
It's good
ways,
you're on
I
this
feel
show,
like
then.
yes. Sometimes I feel like there are some. We'll use batteries as an example. There are some staff members who are dead batteries, some who are uncharged and waiting to be charged. I mean, that's just how it works.
Okay.
Actually, on
I
that
just gotta point this out from True Editor right now. Freaking Billy Mays.
But wait, there's more.
Oh God.
But
What was your
wait,
question,
there's more.
Marcel?
and actually another question more thing what Ken said about transparency. I had heard other people, not saying any names now, actually say that Freedom was not transparent at all. Like on Hitbox, only place you can see the earnings currently as on the Freedom dashboard as they have hit it on Hitbox itself.
When it comes to that, we still haven't gotten unlocking from Hitbox. Most of our communication with Hitbox is very new, and that's why Hitbox has to unlock it for us.
I
been in
actually moved
communication.
under a different network on Hitbox
Mhm.
that also has a network on the Freedom, and I can see my earnings there. It's completely transparent there.
Well, in that case, then I'll ask about it. But I do know when I asked about it, I was told personally that we have not received access. Now it may have changed, and you got to understand that's something we have to release to about 20,000 people partnered on Hitbox. So if your earnings aren't there, that's something you can message support about because I know we will let you see them. But you got to understand we have to roll that out to 20,000 partnered on Hitbox. So that's something that's not going to be massively updated, but it's something we are working on. Now, if you know someone who doesn't have it, so they can't see their Hitbox turning, please tell them to message Freedom Support, and they'll do the best they can to talk to Hitbox and get it unlocked. And you see that's an issue.
I got a
Now
serious
it's kind of a
question
snowball
from, oh,
effect.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right,
Oh,
I
I
got a
was just
serious
gonna say,
question
snow-
from Kaz. All right, Kaz has a really good one. Sorry to interrupt you, but it's a really cool one. When is Freedom going to remove the can grow to 110% on the website? And he
Cause
claims it's
I
misleading.
have been fighting.
And I
for
agree
that
with him.
to
It
be
is misleading as shit.
Now, nerd, answer your. I'm sorry. I'm going to get back to the 110%. Nerd.
He's dying. Let him
I would
recover.
I would go to Hitbox support first. But if you can't get a response, go to Freedom Support, and they'll make sure to get a response.
Hitbox
'cause it's
support's
the-
badass, by the way. They've came on our stream before and looked at my apple in a bikini and liked
Multiple
it.
times actually now.
Yeah, it's pretty
That
badass,
was
though. So
hilarious.
shout out to Hitbox
We
support
actually-
for being awesome.
Now,
we got Hitbox
to go
staff
back
in
to
here,
you-
and they
I'm gonna
saw
go-
this
sorry.
image from Rum, and it was just like, whoa, that's a nice apple.
Yeah, they were very complimentary about my bikini apple wearing ass. That was bad.
And you see, nerd, they're working on it. That's the thing. They're working on making sure they can get that for every partner. So it's not that it's not that we're not transparent on that. It's just we're trying to get 20,000 people to have that feature. It's not easy to do.
True.
And people are like, just do it. It's not that easy. I wish it was.
Oh,
Now, I'm
see,
not-
I understand it
to
takes
go-
time.
Now, to go back to the 110%, I agree with you, Cause I don't like having it there. It is an idea, and it's in the process of being an idea, and it goes back to the whole Freedom Points need more beta testing. Now, I'll say this because I can disclose this. My idea is to have Freedom Points being tested on and integrated on the forums. They're already integrated with your forum account because if you link your forum account, you can get Freedom Points. Now, maybe we need to just get a plunger and get all the backed information and, just get it out, get the backed up information out. But and what I think we need to do with the Freedom Point project is get it working. And I know it's been over a year now, but sadly, I'm not a part of the Freedom Point project, but I am trying to be. I'm not going to fight the Freedom Point system because you can't fight a system. You can really only change it. So I'm going to do my best to change it. Now, I can't just, I had this idea and I'm trying to contact George, but honestly, it's slow moving.
It's unfortunate that it's slow moving, man. That seems to be the quote, the standard quote for Freedom lately. Slow moving, but we're not here to just shit on Freedom, okay? That's unfair. Don't get me wrong. The only reason
Nerd,
Blackout's
I
here is
trust
because of freedom. So let's just
Nerd,
keep that in perspective.
I'm gonna comment on Nerd. Trust
Sure.
me, those are all things I've seen. I've written them down. Who said them? But like I said, getting any response on Freedom Point is so slow moving.
All right, B, I'm gonna let you hit those questions because I don't think I had the full list.
Okay, so content questions. Now this would have been good for Anthony. We did have Philippine questions, but unfortunately he's not here, and
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
still
and
not
apparently
here,
the
even an
fucking-
hour after.
Yeah, the pine cones are just as good in the Philippines as they are in California. I'm not sure if I believe
Supposedly.
that. Supposedly, allegedly, fictitiously. Go ahead,
So
B.
we got some content questions here. How do hashtags help people find your content? Do they help search ranking?
Okay, so do you know I know a lot of people who said they don't watch everything on the Hub channel, but Anthony actually made a video about how hashtags work. Hashtags were originally conceived with IRC chats. They were how you identified and how you connected and grouped things in a certain thing. So let's say you're doing a video, and I do I know the Blackout community does the Sims Blackout, which B you need to edit. Brum, don't worry, I got your back on that. Anyway. Anyway, hashtags work. If you hashtag The Sims 4, anyone who looks at The Sims 4 on Twitter will see that. Let's say you're promoting your video with hashtags. They'll see that hashtag. Oh, there's a video. I want to watch this video. Or I don't want to watch. It comes down to your thumbnails, comes down to things like that. Hashtags help because they help index you on search engines, not only on Twitter, on Google, on Facebook, anything.
Okay. All right, so let's see here. What else we got? How do likes and dislikes affect your channel? This is a really good one. I like this question, and
Likes
it's
and
pretty common sense.
Well, it is pretty common sense. So the more likes you have on a video will show higher in search results. And the reason is, like, for example, hashtag Danny, are you okay? If you search that up, that will come up in a hashtag. But when it comes to that is so light, it gets a lot of likes. When you type that in, that's going to be the first thing that's going to come up because of how liked it is. Now, dislikes work as well. If a video is highly disliked, that is not too bad for a video, and here's why. Likes and dislikes, if let's say a video has 2 million likes but no dislikes, YouTube's going to say, okay, that's not real. So they're not going to put it high. Let's say it has 5,000 likes and 3,000 dislikes. That's actual legit viewer interaction in their eyes. So they're going to move that higher in the ranking on YouTube search.
Okay, so in short, dislikes are good, and I've said this for a long time. Many people didn't know it, but
It doesn't matter. It shows
dislikes,
interaction.
they
It
can still
gets
help
you.
you.
It gets you ranked in a better. It puts you in a better place regardless.
Exactly.
And if it's disliked, people
So
will
to the
watch it just to
people-
see how shitty it is or why they disliked it.
a lot of people have said, our Blackout, we had one considerably disliked episode. Well, it still was helpful, so
Well, it showed us
Going
what
for
not
that.
to do. It showed us what not to do. That's the
Now,
whole
here's the
reason.
thing. Now, when it comes to people like, oh, I hate when people just dislike and leave a video, they don't tell me anything. That is not true. If you are getting a lot of dislikes on a video
Take a
and
look
you
at
need
your
to
content.
examine that video, what did you do differently in that video that was different from any other video? I know a lot of channels, for example, I'll use like film channels. Sometimes they'll put a gaming video on their channel and it'll get massively disliked. And they're like, why did I get all the dislikes? You uploaded gaming on a film channel. People didn't subscribe to you for a gaming channel. They came for film.
It's true, man. People are specific on YouTube. I mean, you have a very specific audience that grows exponentially. B, the Blackout Hub channels, past the subscriber mark we never thought we'd pass. The 100. And, that's primarily GFX, a lot of tutorial, podcast format. So there's a little bit for everybody, but primarily GFX and people who listen to the show. Mm-hmm. My show, yeah, people know me.
There will be more soon. I'm working on more content for the Hub channel because clearly, Crash Course kind of died out, and I don't know what the fuck JJ's doing, but I'm gonna slap him in the face.
May I help?
Yeah, sure. We'll take care of that at some point. As far as my show goes, it's not that it's canceled. It's more or less that I used to record it on Tuesdays, and unfortunately, Tuesdays for me have gotten a little hectic. So around June 3rd, there's going to be some more episodes as far as Tutorial Tuesdays coming out, and I'm probably going to do a huge catch up where I post like 5 or 6 really, really quickly, just to catch people up. But
So
yeah,
we're not
that's
gonna
the reason.
see. So we're not gonna see you next Tuesday, B. That's sad.
No. You very well might see me next Tuesday. I try to do it whenever I can, but unfortunately, work has had me just going hectic on Tuesdays lately. Uh, if I can get to it, I'll get to it. If I can't, I can't. But hope for it, and things will go really, really well. I see Kaz knows my trouble because he just got a new job. Congratulations to Kaz. And
Congratulations,
he
Cause.
works really, really hard, and I do believe it's because he doesn't have any coworkers currently, so he's getting a lot of hours. Let me see here. What do we have here? Okay. Does Freedom promote small channels?
No.
I have a gaming channel. I've followed every bit of advice, crossed every T, dotted every I, added more hashtags, social media. I can only do so much with current subscriber base besides your content. What reels in viewership?
I definitely got advice for him, but I'll let everybody else get their stuff out first.
Okay, so I can use a couple of examples here. For one, when it comes to getting your channel and your content out, let's use Tom and Jerry as an example.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's use Tom and Jerry as a window for an example here. So you have content. Everyone has content. What makes you different? That's what's really going to sell your content. For example, Rum is liked because he has no filter and he's honest. That's why people subscribe to Rum.
What? People
Freedom-
subscribe to me? That's travesty. That's fucking horse
Also,
shit.
Cause has a point. Freedom promoting small channels won't do much. People will just go to that video on the Hub channel and dislike it, then move on with their day. That's true. That's been proven in the past. However, I will say one thing. Freedom does, in a way, sponsor small channels. If you look at the Freedom Channel Spotlight by the Boldy brothers, I'm not saying that that's a show I watch specifically, but I do know that they get a very good response on that show. It took a long time. It went from them being from very into the red to the green to hell, even the purple. I don't know. Purple just came to mind. But anyway, that is something that promoting, like I said, freedom promoting channels won't do too much. When it comes to promotion, I always find my own avenues. And I always make sure that if I make a video, for example, my Half-Life series, if you look it up, is the first series playlist you're going to get for Let's Play Half-Life 1. I have very good SEO. And, for example, John, he's known as Santa. If you type in Santa, I'm not sure if he comes up, but if he becomes a little better known for that, you can get better. You need to find something that people know you for. For example, people know Rum for his voice and his opinions. People know me for being Superman. What do people know for you as? That's something you have to define. And when you start doing that, when you start getting that evidence that, hey, this is me, or for example, Rum has his Apple cores. When you find your fan base, hey, your fans could be the Noodles. I don't know what you like.
The Noodles!
There you go. I mean, if you find something that will get your fans to be like, I am a proud noodle.
That's t-shirt fucking worthy. Are you kidding me?
So, I mean, it comes down to what are you doing to make them? How though, specifically? I've joined Freedom a year ago and haven't helped me nor my YouTube partner one bit. I used to own my own community channel. It was the most viewed known editing YouTube community before recently got hacked, which deleted. Me alone, just chanting on Call of Duty got me more publicity than Freedom. Well, are you using Freedom's tool? Because here's the thing, and this isn't just about Freedom. This is about any YouTube network. A YouTube network joining a YouTube network will not let you grow by just like joining a painting class will not make you a professional painter. You have to take the tools that are given and use them. Now, I'm sorry that you lost that channel, and I really do mean that. I know how it is to build something and then lose it. It's very heartbreaking. However, you just gotta get your tough jeans on, and you gotta push through it. That's all I can say. Because the difference between success and failure is the person that fails and never tries again
Moscow mules too.
will never succeed.
Anyways, my bad.
Cause, I guess you've had an hour of crap out.
Hour of crap out. Absolutely. Who knew? We transcend all environments, universes, and even toilets. This is monumental news. I swear to God, it's brilliant. But you know what?
Also,
go ahead.
I'm happy to hear that, True Editor. I just wanted to say that.
You know, the thing is, I think it's Shikai. Shikai? Is that how you say it?
Shikai.
Shikai? Okay, Shikai noodles, First of all, you know what? T-shirt worthy. Get that. Get that motherfucker done. Secondly, honestly, man, Ken's very right. With me, as an example, just because he used my Apple ass as an example, I have Apple cores, and the reason they're called Apple cores is because they're the center of why I continue to do my show, even on days I don't want to, in certain specificness. You know, there's certain days where I'm having a bad day, but the Apple cores they inspire me in a way to do my work. You know,
And they give you the eyes of the tiger.
They do. The eyes of the tiger.
This is an,
Hold on.
this has been an easy
Hold
question
on.
for me.
Something.
Rough.
Lyrics. Yeah. Oh, my bad. But no, be yourself. Honestly, straight up, be yourself. No, I don't worry about worms. Type in WWE the
got fucked by
Boogeyman
worms.
and worry about worms. But
I've
no,
been trying to find that animation back.
I'm telling you, man.
See,
Just be yourself.
yeah, one of our animators at Flump actually,
Flump,
he
thank
went
you.
and animated Rum getting fucked by a worm. So
Yeah, that
that's
was a
pretty
bad
legitimate
day.
right now.
Yeah, that was a
So,
bad
B,
day.
so there's a challenge request, 1v1 cause in World of
Yeah,
Warcraft.
there you go.
Paz already knows that if he comes over to my realm, I'll take his challenge. I
There
told
you
him
go.
this.
Do it. You need to do it.
That right there is worthy for Hub Channel, just saying.
Yeah, that is worthy for Hub Channel. But in answer to Shika's question, because
You're a
I've
Shika
known
motherfucker.
Shikai for about 3-4 years now.
And this is the
Me and
first
him have
time I'm
done-
meeting Shika. You're a fucking dick. You,
Well, see, he used to be with YQ Gamers.
You are a apple wrapped in a banana, wrapped in a baby diaper filled with Irish mess. What, Ken? Sorry.
We all know that B always has on his forgetful sombrero. You know, there's thinking hats.
It's
B has
not
a forgetful sombrero.
Are you sure it's a sombrero by now? I think it's a 20-gallon hat. Oh no!
I was thinking of
Okay, if you look in the chat, you will see the animation video of me getting fucked by the worm. I just want you guys to all watch that and enjoy it for what it is, because it is truly awesome. And while you're there, go subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed.
I hope
It really
an
helps me
animator
out.
doesn't pick this up. I hope
I'm trying to
Yeah,
get, I'm
an
trying to get my
answer
goals
to-
done, so it really helped me out, people.
Shika's question. I've known him for a long time, and the one thing I've noticed with Shika's channel is that there is community interaction, but it's within a very closed circle, if you know what I mean. And I met him on Second Life. He's does a lot of creativity kind of stuff on there, so he makes stuff and sells it. He was a admin at a Naruto sim, which Rum knows I actively play at and possibly might be buying. We'll see about that.
So terrible. A grown
yeah.
man still playing Naruto simulators.
Anton's gonna fucking hate me, but
He
yeah,
is.
I do
It's
play
funny,
it.
though.
The one thing I've noticed though is that your channel is essentially all your community interaction is done within a very closed circle, and most of them are from that sim. So
It's
what I
in a
would
niche.
suggest, yeah, it's very kind of closed in and like that. So what I would suggest for you personally is keep that, but at the same time kind of branch out, try and collaborate with other people that are maybe not in that exact group. And basically what that's going to let you do is it's going to let you kind of interact with their audience, they interact with your audience, and then you both grow at the same time.
In Second
it-
Life,
it
could I
works
be a
great.
horse? Just a random.
Yes, you
question.
could.
All right, never mind. Okay, I had my question answered. Go on.
Yeah, expand out. Pretty much as True Editor said, it's the best thing you can do is don't stay in that closed group. Really get yourself out there. Don't be afraid to interact with new people, because the more ways you spread out, trust me, you're going to have so many opportunities of people that will watch you. Like, I've been doing YouTube for 7 years now. My highest channel has 1,000 subs. I'm pretty sure I'm still higher than Khan, which Khan grows like nuts. But still higher than
my,
Khan.
my
love
YouTube
Cam.
channel. My YouTube channel's not all right. It's doing okay.
What are you talking
Just
about?
enough.
It's fucking awesome.
Thank you.
The way I got there at the end of the day is, even though I do a lot of GFX, at some
You did
point,
GFX for bodily favors, of course.
I
That's
actually did
fucked
GFX
up.
for a lot of YouTubers, and by
But
doing
probably
GFX for
true.
YouTubers, I got the opportunity to get to play games with some of them. So, for example, Icon Boy, who's a really, really huge Wii gamer, I did a lot of videos with him, and so then we had that kind of thing there where I was getting promotion by doing gaming, which of course it doesn't have anything to do with my channel, but at the same time it got me viewers. So
Huh.
there's a lot of options out there for people.
Now, B,
And,
could I ask you a question? Someone I've always wondered, why doesn't Blackout do like a GFX challenge thing for the Hub channel? Because I have this challenge and it's called the Raisin Challenge, and I don't know if you'd be
The
interested in that.
Raisin Challenge? I have to hear
I've
what this
heard
is.
of that.
Okay, so the Raisin Challenge is you can only make a channel banner with the colors that are dark purples, and that sounds very difficult because it is, but it's interesting.
Oh, I
and it
thought it was
shows
going to be
what they
something
can
like
do.
you had to eat raisins or something.
Oh, you could. I mean, we could make this even more. You have to eat raisins in a
While
certain
doing
period
push-ups.
of time. While does. Yeah, there we go. That's the Raisin Challenge. But you know what I mean.
I won't do that only soon.
As far as graphic challenges go, if enough people are interested in it, I'd love to do it.
I want to see a
personally,
graphic. B, I have a graphic challenge for you. You have to make an accurate representation of an apple beating up Godzilla.
Well, keep in mind I'm not an illustrator, so that
I
might not
don't
look
care.
very-
You can do this with your artwork. Have Anton help you.
Have Anton help me. Oh, great. Well, now that Anton's going to be in this, you're going to have nightmares. So thank you, Anton. And to see B getting bent over by Alan. Oh my God.
Are there any more questions you have for me?
No, but I have a statement.
Oh, yeah.
Moscow mules are awesome.
Question for you from you. Can you feel it, Mr. Krabs?
Oh,
That is
God.
not for me to answer. If you want to know who can feel it, you can go to Twitter and @Pereldon. Tweet him, "Can you feel it, Mr. Krabs?" I'll make sure to put a link so you do not forget to ask Pereldon, "Can you feel it, Mr. Krabs?"
That's so
What
terrible.
Because-
what caused this? Because I don't know the backstory of this.
I have the right to plead the fifth.
Oh,
Okay,
he does
so
have.
we're not
He
gonna
hasn't
have to-
used that before. We give him that one pass. All right, but that.
I guess we're never
if
going
we
to
don't,
figure out the story.
if we don't have any other questions right now, we've hit our hour of Blackout, and it's a good spot to end, honestly.
Our hour of crap out.
Our hour of crap out, or half hour of crap out, as Kaz said. But yeah, everybody, if that's all the questions, B, I think that's it. I want to thank very much Can for coming back and filling in for Anthony Smith, who unfortunately didn't want to show up today. So that's a boo-hoo on bollocks on him. Oh, well, wait, editor has a question. He says wait. He's got one. All right, editor, what's your question? Oh, he caught me right before I started hitting those links. Once I hit those links, it's over, baby. All right, what's your question, editor? We got one more in us. Or then Can has to go fly to the moon and beat up somebody with kryptonite boxing gloves. This question, indeed. Do you like my channel, baby? Wow, that was the one we leaned in for. Oh, shit.
Well, I see you and
Oh.
B have ascended to a new level. You're calling B baby, so that means you
Yes.
two are doing well.
That's good. He deserves his cheap plug for that. That's fucking amazing.